What's up, everybody? It's Maisha Edmond, licensed cosmetologist in the state of New York. New York, also a certified trichologist. Super excited to be here this Monday morning at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What's going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? Let me just adjust some things here. Listen, we are live. I'm going to do a bit of housekeeping. I am live here on Trichology 911, Trichology underscore 911 on Instagram. I'm also live on Maisha Edmond on Facebook, and also I am live on YouTube, also Maisha Edmond. What's up, everybody? How was your weekend? What'd you do? I'm gonna tell you what I did, and I'm gonna tell you what I've been thinking about, and also I'm going to tell you the direction that I have decided to. Wow, I'm just kind of like making this like definitive declaration. I always thought that I was doing it before, but I'm going to share with you the new direction or the definitive direction that Trichology 911 is going in. Okay, because I always want to be the resource, the solution, and I want my knowledge to activate whatever you have going on in you as far as trichology. And so, with that being said, once again, good morning, everybody. So this is what it is. Trichology 911 is professional development. So if you see that, if you're on YouTube and Facebook, you'll see that Trichology 911 is professional development. I'm going to share that with you, share my thoughts on that with you. But first, I want to let you know that class is tonight. There is still room for you. So if you want to join us for the beta celebration of case studies, it is going to be phenomenal. It will not only be just case studies, but it will be how I created it, how I priced it, the thoughts behind it, how you can launch your class or your course, and also tools to create and launch whatever you have going on. I'm also going to be doing strategy sessions with the people that are there. I've already started on one person. I'm super excited to share with her what I have learned about her practice and what she is doing while she is still training. And yeah, like if you are still in school, if you're still training, you don't yet have your trichology certification, and you're kind of like, hey, I want to do this, hey, then you want to be in this class. I'm going to be really showing you just things that you already have access to as well. I'll be going over all of the things. And so if you have some interest in just kind of feeling like what a strategy session is with me, you are going to absolutely love it. It's always amazing. If you are thinking about becoming a trichologist, or you feeling a little stuck and you're like, I don't even know what to do as far as how to use the information that I have. I don't really have a lot of money to invest right now. What can I do right now? I'm going to be showing you and talking to you about all of that. So tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the Trichology 911 Beta Celebration Masterclass, and you're going to get all of that. But now that I got your attention, share this with a friend, a foe, somebody you love, somebody you don't like that much, but everybody needs help. So share this with them. Listen, Trichology 911 is professional development. And I was thinking about this because I was watching a video, and there was this man, and he was talking about professional development, and it was in a whole different industry. And I was like, wow, although we do classes and master classes and courses, and we get away and we do all those different things, I never really thought about really coining that term for trichology as trichology professional development. But I said, you know what? I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that. So I looked up professional development, and I was just kind of seeing, I know what it is like to, I know what I feel like it means, but I wanted to get what was the definition. And I got a few notes here, and it says learning that leads to or emphasizes education in a specific professional career field, right? And I'm like, okay. But the next thing that caught my eye was builds practical job application skills. And this was really big for me because a few years ago, I was able to present a presentation or a class for World Trichology Society, and that's the class, that's the school that I went to so many years ago, maybe 8, 9 years ago, when I was becoming a trichologist. And I remember, let me see, practical. I don't see it. So I remember doing a class with them. Hey, Sophia. And what I said was, you can be technical and you can be scientific, I do believe. But if you're not practical, you will not go far. You can be technical, you can have all the things, you can be informational, all that stuff, but if you are not practical in trichology, you will not go far. You will not go far, because people have to understand how to use the information. We have to understand not only how to use the information, but then we also have to understand that we have to be able to practically convey the information, if that makes sense. So if you are a trichologist and you just know all the terms, and you know all the, let me see, and you know all the, the scientific terms and stuff like that, you're not really helping anybody. Let me see exactly what I said. Okay, can be technical. Anyway, I don't want to waste your time. I don't see it. Okay, but anyway, I will be covering that tonight in the master class. So Trichology 911, this entity that I created, is absolutely professional development when it comes to trichology, right? So I begin to break this down, and I want you to think about this. Do you have professional development when it comes to trichology? What are your avenues of professional development, right? Because I know that being a trichologist, or like getting trichology information, for me was like jumping on a moving train. I'm like getting in there, and I gotta like hurry up and roll up my sleeves. I have to force myself to know all the information. I believe that it is my duty to grow hair back. I have like this crazy amount of stress, and I'm just like doing all the things, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, do I have time to slow down? If I slow down, will people forget about me? Trichology is something that is unregulated. So if I am not in the mix, if I'm not doing things, if I'm not showing up all the time with all the answers, does it make me a person that is not effective? Right. But when I think about it, I'm thinking about what are the different things that I do for professional development, right? And then I created a little diagram too, so I'll get to that. So number one, taking a master class, right? So yeah, like I have a master class coming up, but like map it out. Like, are there some master classes looking at you becoming a trichologist, or you are a trichologist and you're like, okay, what kind of trichologist do I want to be? What do I want to offer? Maybe I have it all sold up in the cosmetology side, in the beauty side, right? But as a trichologist, who do I want to be? How do I want to show up, right? So taking a master class is professional development for you. Taking time to understand tools, understanding that you didn't just get this tool because you're in a group and they said this the tool, this is the next hot thing, and this is going to set your business apart. And when you use this tool, people are going to be in awe of you, and they're going to wonder, how did you do that? And nobody else got this tool. And child, this tool costs $5,000. And if you used it, okay, but taking time to understand it, because what I understood, for most of the things outside of electrotherapy, right? And then there are very simple things in that, and I'll be covering that tonight. But a lot of things I can do manually. Wait, what? You mean to tell me that there's some stuff that I can do and I don't have to have a $5,000 machine? I don't have to spend $10,000, $2,000, $1,000, $900 on a machine? Absolutely. There are some things that you have in your possession right now as an educated cosmetologist let alone a trichologist, right? So when I talk about professional development in trichology, I'm talking about continuing your education, but I'm also talking about going back and maintaining the education that you have. What books do you have in your possession? What things do you want to know about that they don't have a trichology title on the book? Do you know about anti-aging? Do you know about micronutrients? Do you know about the ingredients and what they do? Without making trichology spooky. I have a book, and the first thing that is said in the first chapter, the first section in the first chapter was entitled "Quackery in Trichology." And I ain't gonna hold you because I was on the border. We have some real quacks in trichology. We're doing all kinds of things, and we don't. And the thing is, I could probably go with you if I knew that you understood. But what I know is that a lot of people are doing things and then they like, oh, I'm gonna take it to the next level. Let me add this and let me add that. And it's like, do you understand it? So going back to taking the time to understand tools, I understand that a lot of the things that I offer, I can do if my tools break. If my machine break, I understand the technology behind it, but I understand the foundation. And I know that a tool is for me to use. A tool for me is not a paradigm shift. It is not something that says, oh, now that I use this, I'm going to be on top. No, this says now this saves me time because it does what I've already been doing faster. Okay, so when you think about professional development, you think about taking master classes, you think about taking time to understand your tools, also understanding your products. We are not chasing behind products because the product is this thing that is going to set us apart. When people come in, okay, yes, the aesthetics of it, when they come in and they see Nutrafol all over your shelves, they see Metaceuticals, they see, all these different nutraceuticals all on your shelves, then it is exciting. It does look very impressive. But do you understand what those products do outside of it smells good and it's tingly? Or everybody in my circle uses it. But taking that time to really dissect and say, okay, these are the products, because there could be a whole product line and you don't even need everything that's in the product line. There's some things that you do because of the demographic that you serve that would show you that I only need 3 out of the 7 products, because I'm doing this and this has this ingredient. And most of the clients in my demographic, in my area, have this problem because of the water. They have this problem because of the pollen. They have this problem because this is how we eat in this area. And if you don't understand that, then you're buying products. You have thousands of dollars worth of products, thousands of dollars worth of tools, and you don't even know what you're doing. And you look at professional development in trichology, and you say, okay, well, I'm taking all these master classes, but you're taking classes that are steering you away from who you really are and who you're supposed to be in trichology. Right? Also, you look at your professional development in trichology, and I want you to look at ingredients. This is important as well, because you get the products, you get the tools, and you don't understand the ingredients. You don't understand that if you can understand the characteristic of the issue that your client is coming to you with, then you can also understand that if I know the ingredients, I know that I don't have to try a whole bunch of stuff and use a whole bunch of stuff. I need this ingredient, and I need to make sure that there's this much of this ingredient inside of the product that I use in order to remedy this issue. So I really want you to start to look at professional development this week. What are you doing as far as professional development in your trichology practice? So I have something called Trichology 911 membership, right? I have the membership that is going to be professional development. I have case studies. That's professional development. And again, tonight we're having a case studies beta celebration, 2 case studies. And then after that is going to be a masterclass on everything I'm talking about now, your pricing, how to create your stuff, where you are. Do you know what level of trichologists you are. And this is more than a notion. This is more than you coming up with and you saying, well, I'm dope and I can grow hair and I got a lot of clients. I literally sat down and based on a whole different industry looking at a level system, I was able to relegate that to trichology, and I was able to come up with 5 different levels of trichology based on business, based on what we do, how we do implementation. And what I saw was that we come into trichology and we, just like we do our clients, where we throw every product and every ingredient and every tool and we call it a treatment plan. We do that at the client. We do that to ourselves. So as a trichologist, you come in, and when you come in, you try to do everything and you're doing things that are above your level. And then sometimes you stay on a level too long and you're operating below. So when you look at professional development, you have to also know, okay, I didn't even develop myself in the foundation. What I did was I came in and I just started, but then I saw somebody that I admired. So then I jumped in. And when I jumped in, I said, okay, well, let me do everything she's doing. Let me do everything he's doing. Let me get everything that they have. You do all of that, and then when you by yourself, you sitting there like, I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know why this works or why it's not working. And it's as simple as a small tweak. So professional development in trichology is going to be the thing that you need. Mentorship is professional development. But the thing about mentorship, and I love this, and if you know anything about business and building business and having mentors and reading books, and let me just give you this tip. If there's a mentor that you just absolutely love and you can't afford them, right? And you're like, yo, it's $150,000 to sit with this person. If they've written a book, you got them as a mentor, because the questions that you're asking, if they're in that book, the answers never change. So you're able to really dig deep and say, okay, this is what this is, and let me implement this. And then when I'm there, I'm able to do it. But mentorship is going to accelerate the development. Why? I wrote these 3 things down. Mentorship helps to accelerate the development, right? Because you can visit it weekly. You can apply it, right? And then you can have classes to support it. So when you have a mentor, you can visit, or you guys get together weekly. If that's what it is, you can apply the information, and then you also have live classes to support it. So I have a membership, right, where you can go in the portal and you can look at this stuff weekly. You can apply it. I have the forms. Okay, do this, do that in your business, and then we have live classes every month, right? So then you can do that. Okay, so then I came up with this thing. Trichology 911 is personal development, but I came up with this little diagram, and I don't know if you can see it, but I'm just going to explain it to you. So like I have this big rectangle, and that is the year. So it's yearly. And then in the middle of that is monthly, and then in that is weekly, and then daily. And this is how I broke it down so that you can just kind of gauge yourself and see, okay, do I have the proper professional development in what I'm doing, because I really want to show up. Once again, and just in case somebody gets off here, Trichology 911 beta celebration is tonight. Go ahead and register. The link is in my bio here on Instagram. I'm going to put it on Facebook. But it is literally 2 case studies. So we're going to get into that. We're going to do the case studies. But then after that, we getting into the real stuff. It's the masterclass part. I'm talking to you about the thought behind it, about you creating, your stuff. I'm doing strategy sessions. I'm talking about tools to create and launch. I'm doing all that stuff. But I'm really getting into, like, where are you? What, where are you? How do you want to show up? Why are you not there? What level are you on in trichology? So I just want to put that in there. Okay, so getting back to the personal development and the diagram that I've created for personal development in trichology, right? And you're gonna start to see this because I'm gonna actually create it and then post it. But first you have that yearly. And yearly would be something like a membership. And within that year, you probably want to carve out a little time for mentorship, right? Because you can do the membership and you got the people and you got, you're in there and you're in the portal and you have access to the information, but then that mentorship is going to bring it into like more like a personal level. Is going to bring that into you. Next is your monthly, right? Your monthly is going to be like master classes, right? Okay, what classes do I need? But within that, you want to do some kind of a course. So your master class might be one day, right? But in the monthly, I want you to carve out a month or carve out a month and a half where you do some type of course. And so my course is case studies because my case studies is 4 weeks, right? So anything like a 4 to 6 week course where you can really get in and just kind of, get that information that you need. You want to do that. And there's like several different courses. After that, so you have your yearly, you have your monthly, then you have your weekly. And your weekly could be like a small group or a small circle, right? So that might be a Facebook group. It might be a group of other professionals that you can, what I call mine the powwow. So I have a few ladies that we get together and we talk about what's going on in trichology, and we end up talking about what's going on in our practice and how we can tweak it, and what new discoveries that we came up with, because that sharpens what you are offering. So you can do that and be vulnerable in your small group and in your small circle, right? And then when you come out, you're nice and strong. You talked about it, you talked it out, and all of that other stuff. And then you have the daily, and your daily is implementation. Your daily is personal study. Your daily is also personal application. And so if you are a trichologist, you need professional development. Professional development. Because what I have noticed and what I have been guilty of when I first started was thinking that I had to keep up. So after being in, practice 2-3 years, I'm sitting there saying, why don't I know why that works? Why don't I understand that? Just even a moment of transparency. Last week or 2 weeks ago now, I was talking to somebody. I was talking to two people. I was in my powwow, and somehow we started talking about the Zytoscan. So I started the next day. I was like, you know what? Let me look at this. Do you know that when I got my Zytoscan maybe 4 years ago, I started using it in the pandemic. When I got my Zytoscan, would you believe that I plugged that thing in, got me a password, put my client hand on the cradle, and that was it? I got the little report. I didn't look at no other reports. I didn't look for the drop downs. I didn't try to figure out how to do it. I just looked at it, and anything that was in red, I was like, oh, that's bad. Oh, you're not getting any sleep. Oh, I did all of that. I was pretending. Like I understood it. And when I say pretending, I mean I didn't have the full knowledge or understanding of what it was. There was no professional development in that area. And so what happened was I just ended up saying, okay, you know what? Let me look at this. I know that it's galvanic skin response, but what does that mean? Right? So then I found out what exactly it meant. And then I said, okay, well, if it means that, then what does it affect? And how is it able to read all that information? And then I learned that it it's reading the sympathetic nervous system. And then I'm like, okay, so if it's that, because I'm going to go deep. Okay, so if it's a sympathetic nervous system, what does that mean? What diseases, what ailments causes this thing to read funny? What is that? Okay, so I put in what diseases affect the sympathetic nervous system, and I learned that sympathetic nervous system, and I forgot all about this, was fight or flight. And then also, like if you have certain issues, like even trauma. So when the report was coming up and it was saying anxiety, grief, jealousy on the report, I'm like, why is this machine saying that people are jealous or in grief or greedy? Why is this thing saying that people have, trouble sleeping? What is this anxiety? What is this? But I didn't understand it. And so I had to slow down. I took a day. I went through all the videos and I literally got myself together, understanding everything. Then I was able to go into the back office of the system and set up services. I didn't even know there's over 249 services that I could put in. So when my clients put their hand on the cradle, then based on their reading, it will recommend the services that I offer or that I have a connection with. I say all that to say this. Trichology, if you're a trichologist, even if you are a cosmetologist and you care about trichology, you need professional development. We do it all the time in the regular beauty space, right? It'll be a Monday and you'll have a class, or if you're in a salon that's commissioned, they'll have classes and they'll talk about building your business and all that other stuff. Well, you need that too. And so Trichology 911 is professional development. I hope that you join me tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is a masterclass. We are going to be doing we just only going to do two case studies. But after that, I'm going to really break down, I got notes. I'm going to break down how I created case studies, how I priced it, the thought behind it, how you can do it too, as far as whatever you're trying to offer, tools to create and launch. But I'm also going to be doing strategy session. I'm going to be looking at your business. I'm going to be talking to you about what you can offer right now. You done spent all this money and all this time, and you're like, I'm a trichologist and I'm not making any money. I am a professional. I am a hair loss pro and I'm not making any money. I'm going to show you some things to do where you can make the money that you need to make and that you deserve to make. Also to show you how to use the information that you paid so much money for. So go to my link in my bio here on Instagram, trichology_911. Join me. I'm so excited to see you. We do have some room, and just listen, trichology needs to have professional development. You need something that you do yearly. You need something that you do monthly. You need something that you do weekly, and you need something that you do daily. You have to do this. If you're going to be the type of trichologist that you imagine to be, you're going to need to do this. Now, when I go to last week, and I'm gonna get out of here. Last week I went to Salon Centric. I had to grab some stuff. There was a new salon by the Salon Centric that I go to. So I stepped in because it looked pretty. I went in there and it was like an extension and color salon. And so I went in and I introduced myself and I said, hey girl, how you doing? And I was like, so what do you guys, what kind of extensions do you offer? And so the owner said, well, I offer all kind of extensions except those that have to be braided because I can't braid. And so we were talking about that. And she said, well, what do you do? And I said, well, I'm a trichologist. And she screamed. And she said, oh my God, I need you. And I'm like, okay. She's like, I refer my clients out, but they're like far out. But I would love to work with you and use your expertise and try to get, reports from you so that I'm able to tell my clients if their hair is, strong enough or if the scalp is in a good condition to get the extensions that they're requesting. I said, no problem. But what if I didn't develop myself? What if I thought that the only thing I could do was give a client products? What if I only thought that I can only help the client and that I couldn't help another professional? Trichology 911 is professional development. I hope that you join me tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go to the link in my bio here on Instagram, and I want you to sign up for the Trichology 911 beta celebration. It is going to be absolutely phenomenal. As soon as I see that you have signed up, I'm going to send you your case study so you can look over them, because we're going to argue and we're going to talk about it, and then we're going to really get into the nitty gritty. I can't wait to give you a strategy for your business and give you some direction as far as where you need to go and probably boost your prices up. All right. Have a great day today. Happy hair growing, and I hope to see you later. Bye.